I'm in a real sticky situation here. I treated the murder investigation with a bit of a joke. But this is actually starting to really screw Tassing over. And it's going to make me have to pick a side, isn't it? Wow, 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 wow. Have we ever been in here? Oh, that's a lovely picture. This must be what the church is named for. Marian had a apparition in Tassing's history. Painting of the Virgin Mary. What does the labyrinth symbolise? The labyrinth the church was named after. Interesting. What does the labyrinth symbolise? Occultness. The devil. The devil. They're dancing with the devil. Churches... Church of England churches are boring, cold and depressing old buildings. They don't have cool fancy writing like that. I mean, they've got stained glass windows and stuff that are quite nice. But we never had pictures of devils dancing in them. Oh, I don't want to go to the comments. Something's going to kick off. Is there anybody I can speak to? No. It's all closed off to me. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, no, don't do it again. Let me walk away. Let me walk away. Something bad's gonna happen. Hello, Master Melo. Evening, Till. Enjoying the festival? Very much so. I perhaps feel a tad old for the more active side of the celebrations, but I enjoy the sights and sounds. Do you know the world of the summer solstice leads back to the Romans? The word of summer solstice is very Solstitium. Solstitium. The sun stands still. I didn't read Latin. Yes, I'd heard that. Solstitium. Such as it looks at this time of year. The sun rises higher for a long time, then it stays there until falling again. A fitting allegory for the great cosmic arc of mankind, rise and fall. But to make up for that, dancing, leaping, songs, joy and mirth. Romans also had sacred celebrations for both Juno and Vesta around this time. People do seem elated, although I don't think same applies to Aberticono. But can all this really keep away the decline? We'll go with the Roman one. To gain blessings for marriage and family. Sometimes it seems as if the festivals are made to cover what the young folk get up to. We know there's no stopping them. Not really. Sure couldn't stop me at that age. Young hearts are both fickle and resolute. I can't imagine. By this I mean I don't want to. Young hearts are both fickle and resolute. That's why they don't just enjoy the sense of danger. I can't blame them. Such excitement. It's the blood boiling. It really makes you feel alive. Sometimes that's the best way to learn the foolishness of youth. I'm not that old. What is he? 30s? 20s? Late 20s, early 30s? Similar to some others in town who ought to know better. We're going hedonistic. I've had my share, thank you. I'd rather read about it these days. What's he been reading? Well, with the Abbey selling books from their library, I hoped I could get some for myself, but it proved to be far too expensive. Klaus and his printings have proven to be of more use. They're a bit cheaper. Have you come across any interesting tales? Does that mean you've read the 12th articles? Of course he has. Any interesting tales? I have indeed, Master Mailer. Oh, I Didn't quite understand everything, the text was in Latin. It was by a Roman named Strabo, and it was about geography. That's why I noticed it. Ah, the noted philosopher and historian. He was actually Greek by birth. I imagine you were reading his Geographica. Yes, that must have been it. The book was about many kinds of barbarians, which also included the Rati tribe I read about years ago. People who used to live in this very land before the Romans arrived. He called this place Aratium, and described it as a cluster of drab huts, and its people hostile and warlike, only interested in hunting and fighting. There's something about Mannus and his sons, but I couldn't understand a lot of it. In any case, when the Romans came, most of the locals were driven out, but some were captured to work in the fields and the mines. What were they mining? Salt, I guess. It used to be the backbone of this land. What happened to the locals who were forced out? No idea. I would imagine that after the Romans were driven off, when their empire started falling apart, maybe the barbarians came back. But were they really the same people, or nomads from elsewhere? I guess we may never know. Thank you for the quick history. I'll let you get back to the festivities. Enjoy yourself tonight, Master Mailer. Until later. Everybody's stealing my catchphrase. Gil Peter. Good evening, Andres. Nice to see you here. Grandpa, look who it is. Yeah? Oh, the artist. He's still around? I thought to stay and enjoy the festivities. Cause a festival. You haven't seen nothing yet. You're not going to tell the story again, are you? You kids need to learn it by heart, else Perchta will run you down. Oh, is this about the wild hunt? Yes, draws near. Heed my warning. Grandpa, you're getting agitated again. It's not good for your health. Nonsense. I'll outlive any bastard out there. So, where was I? Strapping kids, this is going to be a long one. I guess you want to regale me the tale about the traditions of these mountains. The wild hunt. Yes. Did you bring your mask? No. I didn't realise I was supposed to bring one. I'm not really interested in it, but didn't realise I was supposed to bring one. Fools I have to suffer. The masks are to protect us as we banish the witches and spirits into Perch's path. She punishes all humans she finds in the woods on St. John's Eve, since only witches are out in the wilderness. Anyone caught will be turned into animals. No one but a priest can then turn you back. Oh, well, I guess I can imagine a worse punishment. Oh. To be brought low, to a mere beastly existence. I can imagine worse punishment. You joke, artist, but you won't be laughing when Perchta finds you. Stay indoors tonight. If you want to come outside, stay within the light of St. John's fire. At least St. Satia blesses the herbs in the forest this night. And the women will gather the herbs, regardless of that bastard abbot. It's certainly important to stockpile some for the winter. Thank you for teaching me more about local customs. Big jog. You'll grab some of them ashes with you after the bonfire has died down. Fine. What are the ashes for? It's to spread across the garden. Choose a good harvest. Figures you city people don't know shit. Don't be like that, Grandpa. Now that the story's over, how are you enjoying the evening so far, Andreas? I've spoken to a few other people. It's very enlightening. Fine enough, although I'm feeling tired. It's very enlightening. There was a pun there, I'm sure. It's the best time to spend with your friends. Have you heard anything interesting? Gossip. You two are like a burner in the forest, Smokey. That's the one. Always nosy about other people. Ignore him. Yeah, it's been fun to hear what people think about St. John's Eve. I've been invited to have dinner. I've also been invited to have dinner at the Abbey. I guess the talking never stops. Can't say I'm exceedingly sure about it, given the animosity between us. We've had dinner with him. The Abbot bastard can rot for all I care. A thief in a monk's robe, full of all our words. Maybe you could talk some sense into Father Gunnar. He's not making it easy for us, for any of us. It's not like we're asking for much. I'll do what I can promise that. All we can ask. She's coughing like Yoda. I guess I shouldn't keep you then. You have an important meeting to attend. You're right. I can't keep the Abbot waiting too long. Until later. Oh, we've taken a lot of your time, haven't we? Don't forget to enjoy the night's celebrations. Oh, the clapping is in rhythm. Werner? Andreas? Salutations, you must be that illustrious artist. Balthazar Ickenskoff. Pleasure to meet you. But call me Balthus, please. It's much more familiar. Master Andreas Mahler, pleased to meet you. Name's Mahler. Andreas Mahler. Ah, yes, you're the Mahler. We all know. Let's cut that long-winded pleasantries. How do you behave yourself in one conversation? What brings you to Tassin, Balthus? Balthazar here. Oh, what was his... it was like 2 minutes ago and I've already forgotten his voice. Balthazar here decided to stay in this godforsaken town for whatever unfathomable reason when his cart broke. It was not unfathomable. I enjoy the calming vistas, the peace and quiet. It has been neither lately. And what is it you do, Balthus? You mean with what Otto and the peasants are saying? Of course, that's what I mean. What else would I be talking about? You've gone slow in your old age, Mahler. Let's not make another enemy tonight. He's an inventor of sorts. I make all manner of mechanical contraptions. What use it is. The mind of an inventor exists to create, to build, to go one step further. One step towards a garbage heap. That's a very inspiring thought, Balthus. It makes sense that you'd also be rude to your friends. Oh, no, I don't want to make an enemy tonight. Why, thank you, Master Artist. Speaking of, I've had a chance to look around the town tonight. I imagine the sights could also be inspiration to your artistic mind. That thing certainly looks cheerful in the decorations and bonfire. Indeed. Look at the peasant ingenuity. Consider the bonfire itself. It's built to allow the air and heat to flow through it at great speed. And how it roars! It's a clever piece of construction, but Otto's a clever man. It is a feat almost worthy of a university degree. These people have natural traditions, managed to figure out many clever things without even the most cursory education. It's a knowledge that hails from preceding generations, lived experience, passed along the chain of time. Not quite the knowledge of the rigorously educated mind, perhaps, but nonetheless useful. You don't need a university education to be smart. Of course you would say that. Neither of you know these people like I do. God has assigned them to their place in the order of the world for good reason. There is some merit in learning from the peasant, even you, Warner, given their understanding of herbal remedies. Their traditions are profane. Consider the Eve of St. John, tainted by their pagan rituals. It's an affront to Christ. Saint Eligus. Saint and Goldsmiths, Bishop of Tournai, worked tirelessly to convert pagans from Christian shit. Warned precisely against this nearly 1,000 years ago. Where does this newfound piety come from? You really wound up about this, aren't you? Where does new piety come from? Don't pretend to know anything about me. I've been on a pilgrimage to Aachen. I've visited... What? The Maricentrin? And stood in the presence of those holy relics. To be in the presence of St. John the Baptist's beheading cloth was an experience I will not forget. I haven't managed the pilgrimage myself, but I hope to. I'm glad you've had an experience. Your family must be proud. I'm familiar, thank you. While you had an experience, your family must be proud. They are. Oh, grand. Now, I think it's time we return to the festival. We're here to celebrate. I'll let you continue with your evening then. Good night. A very good night. Oh, and do come by my workshop, Master Miller. I'd love to exchange ideas. It would be my pleasure. Splendid. Until then. Voila. Master Andreas, look how big the fire is. Decorations are so fancy. The St. John's Eve Festival is a big event for Tassing. I missed it last time I was here. Haven't you ever been to a festival like this, Casper? The festivals in Nuremberg are much bigger. Tassing is quite tame comparatively. I don't hate Tassing. No, I've never seen anything like this. Can I stay at the bonfire and see the costumes and watch them collect herbs, Master Mailer? Please? Alright, but follow along and don't get in their way. I'm too tired for a festival. I think I'll turn in for the night. Yes, I promise I won't make trouble. I'll see you tomorrow, Master. Oh, he's going to get killed, isn't he? I think we've just sentenced him to death. Carl. Evening, Andreas. Say, how do you like the bonfire? We built it nice this year, big and sturdy. It's a fine setup, Carl. Excellent work. Most impressive with the ones I've seen in Nuremberg. I don't want to play him as a jackass. This will be remembered. I know we can't compare to where you come from, but we still give it our all in celebration of the light and prepared the way for the Lord. Anton, you remember Andreas Meller, the master artist? Yeah, I've seen him around town. Son, be polite. Hello, Master Miller. How are you? I'm well, thank you, young man. Fine, I guess. It hasn't been a great time to go back now. Oh, there is a well-raised kid, does as he's told. That sounds very patronising. I don't really want to go into not wanting to go home. Thank you, young man. Anton's a good boy. Let me tell you. Bit of a rascal, as you can see, but he's got a good head and a good heart. Likes to hide it, though. Dad, will you stop? Easy to rile you up, just like your mother. How is Helena? She'll join us later. She went with Martha to dip their toes into the stream and to pick some flowers for their garlands and wreaths. It's important to hold traditions. You're right, especially the times we're having. Wreaths dripped in the stream. And these more pagan customs. We like the pagan stuff though. Besides, maybe Martha and Helena will come across the blossom of a fern out there. What's so funny about that? Ferns don't flower. Means there's no power to speak. Animals for you, boy. Ferns don't flower. That means no power to speak with animals for you, boy. What? In Paul, the young couples go into the woods together searching for the fern. It's like an engagement ritual. No worry, Anton, you can always get a garland with St. John's wort and ward off any demons and evil spirits. Ah yes, I've played that game before. In the forest with a maiden seeking the fern that grows. Oh, okay. I see where we're going with this. I doubt they'd have anything interesting to say anyway. That will be remembered. Andreas, you cat. Please, don't insinuate such things in front of my boy. I'm old enough to get what that means. Will I be going into the woods with a girl soon? No, Anton. Not the time nor the company to talk about that. Let's just enjoy the celebrations. Speaking of, what do you think of the festival so far, Anton? It's fine, I guess. I like the fires. And the lit. The mountains get to twinkle like the stars. I don't like when people get drunk and rowdy as the night goes on. They get into fights and all. So, everyone likes to let loose sometimes. It's good for the body. But your dad keeps you the trouble away, yes? Oh, anyone in particular? I don't know if that was a good answer. I don't know about that, Master Merlo. All I see is blood and bruises. Your dad keeps the trouble away, yes? Yeah. He doesn't like it when the goddamn bastards go too far. Language, boy. God doesn't look kindly on blaspheming. But those were your words, Dad. Best you don't quote me. Quote the scriptures instead. It's better for your soul. That will be remembered. You listen to your father, Anton. I will. I do. Jesus. Hey, what did I say? Don't let your mother catch you with that mouth. Well, I'll let you get back to the festivities now. It was a pleasure. Until later, Andreas. Bye. Good shooter. Why, Martin, look who it is. Good evening, Andreas. Andreas, you're staying for the festival, I hope. Of course you're staying. Who would miss this? Especially when your burly boys built for such a beautiful... especially after your burly boys built such a beautiful bonfire. Burly boy like me can do anything. Burly boy like me would do anything, Dove. Can't help myself. Vegeta Martin, you're both feeling very festive, I see. The food, the fires, the dancing. It really is a night to enjoy. It's one of the anniversary of the birth of Blessed John. A vigil for he who paved the way. Yes, and he'd have liked everyone to be in a good mood in their hearts, good food in their bellies. As a hermit who wandered in the desert, living off locusts and wild honey, he probably wouldn't agree. I'd like to live off some wild honey myself, if you catch my meaning. Who wouldn't? I can't stop thinking about it. So you're going to heed Otto's call and go to the forest. You've been fairly loose-lipped tonight. We'll continue that train. Andreas! You're an ordinary man after all. It's true, I have my vices. As long as you have God hold you on the path, and the eye fixed on your wife. Lust is a sin after all. Andreas has proven himself honest and honourable, isn't that right? You saw it all those years ago, Brigitte. I remember. All that effort to save your friend, the old monk. You're not a sinful man, no? Thank you for your kind words. There's much you don't know about me, but perhaps that's for the better. So, you're going to heed Otto's call to go into the forest? No, I'm really not looking for trouble. There's enough of that going around. And you, Brigitte, don't get any herbs? Even though you supported him during his speech. I'm not gathering herbs. My place is by my Martin's side. The word of the abbot is the word of the church. It's improper to go against the word of the church. Only slightly less improper than all the time you spend with Veronica. Oh, Brigitte, I'm sorry. It was a joke. It came out poorly. It's good for the heart to have cherished friends. It's fine. Andrea, I was about to say, bonfire is enough. We will dance until our legs begin to waver, right, Martin? Would not miss it for the world. That's delightful. I hope you have a great evening. You as well, Andreas. Until later. My line! I can hear a cat. I want to go to the salt mine. Ottilia! Well, well. Andreas the painter. I'm surprised you remember me. Boy, if I could keep my wits about me, the people in this town would have already done me in. Anyway, no time to talk now, fancy man. It's time to call to the fire. Does St. John's Eve mean a lot to you? Saint's Eve, right. Ad Annas, Mama Perchta. Nos Adrian Quest Guard Per Til. Ve Nus Clamin Til. She's cursed me. Did I hear Perchta in there? So what if you did? Did you become a hound of the Lord during your time away? Under tassing to stiff off the heathens and heretics? I just don't know if you should be invoking a pagan goddess of St. John's fire. Never mind, forget I said anything. Enjoy the evening, Andreas. If you want my advice, stay out of the woods tonight. What's that thing to the right? It's alive. Is that a cat curled up? Yeah, it's a little cat. So that's where the meowing's coming from. Right, okay. Do we go to the woods? We also saw a ghost, didn't we, up here? I'm sure there's something that we have to do with that. Stay out of the woods tonight. That's 2 people that have said that. We've already done that. Where does this lead? That's to the church. Fireflies. There should be people here, right? There is not. And we have heard tell of something at the old salt mine. It's just the same thing. There's nothing happening. What am I missing? Why is everybody telling me to stay out of the woods? When I got about the bonfire, I asked if he could stay and watch the festivities. I didn't see any issue with it, so I told him to come back before it's too late. It should turn in. I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know what I'm missing. clearly missing something. I guess we turn in? Question mark? It's getting late and I should get some rest. I don't know what else we can do. I think Casper's dead though.